Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Early Parenting Podcast. I'm your host, Jen Butler, and today we'll be talking about a topic hot on every mama's lips, and that, my friends, is the 4-month sleep regression. Dung, dung, dung. Sorry, I probably didn't need to add in that extra little bit, but I think that's how most parents feel. Anyway, let's dive into the episode and talk a little bit more about it. Welcome to the Early Parenting Podcast, where we help you navigate the somewhat tricky world of parenthood so you can love the crap out of being a mama. I'm your host, Jen Butler, and I'm an early parenting consultant and a mama of 2 busy boys. Join me as I explore all things early parenting and deliver them to you in toddler-friendly, bite-sized lessons. Because let's be honest, your toddler is probably smothering Sudocrem on the wall as we speak. I'll be dropping my hottest tips on baby and toddler sleep, feeding, boobs, behaviour, and so much more. Are you ready to feel confident in motherhood? Let's dive in. This episode's brought to you by the Crying Baby Checklist, my brand new freebie, which takes you through the 6 most common reasons why your new baby will be crying. If you want to get an understanding of the most common reasons for why your baby's crying, what's going on with their development and why that crying's happening, and how to calm your crying baby, then make sure to download this freebie. You can download this freebie at jenbutler.mykajabi, which is kajabi.com/crying-baby-checklist. Make sure to grab your copy today. All right, on to the episode. Okay, to start, I want to make it clear that the 4-month sleep regression, I'm saying regression in inverted commas, is in fact a progression in your baby's development. Now, I really like starting off with this because it can be so feared and dreaded, the 4-month sleep regression. But if we change our thinking into viewing these changes as a positive, then I hope that it stops you fearing and dreading the transition. So the reason the 4-month sleep regression gets its name is because often during this developmental change, your baby's sleep regresses. So prior to the 4-month sleep regression, lots of parents will tell me their baby was consolidating 4, 5, 6, even more hours of sleep. And then suddenly they turn 4 months, give or take, and their baby is waking more than ever. Most parents are under the thought that the older your baby gets, the more they sleep through the night, which can be true. And if you caught episode 43, where I talked about when my baby will sleep through the night, you'll understand that it's not always as simple as your baby just getting older and suddenly starting to sleep through the night. And this is one of the reasons why, is once we hit the 4-month sleep regression, the way our baby sleeps changes. So what prompts this change is a permanent change in your baby's sleep cycles. So they move from being more immature sleep cycles to being more similar to that of adults and the way that we sleep. So prior to 4 months, your baby doesn't go through a full sleep cycle where they actually come to awake between their night cycles. After 4 months, this changes and they come to awake between each of their cycles overnight. And there's roughly about 6 to 8 cycles in the nighttime sleep cycle rhythm. So this is what often prompts the regression, because if your baby is unable to link cycles on their own, then they're going to need your help to do it. The reason they could do it before the 4-month sleep regression was because they weren't actually coming to awake. So it was far easier for them to link those cycles. And generally they are only waking, say for hunger, in those first 4 months. I mean, I say generally because there's still lots of babies out there who will wake quite often overnight, and sometimes there's other reasons than them just not being able to pull those cycles together or hunger. So many believe the 4-month sleep regression will only temporarily change your baby's sleep, and sometimes this is true. So the 4-month sleep regression is linked with wonder week 4, and sometimes you'll find that when they're going through a wonder week, when they're in their stormy period, that this can throw off sleep. This isn't just for wonder week 4, this is for wonder weeks in general, is that they often is a pattern where we see sleep regress temporarily when our babies are going through huge developmental changes because their little brains are busy developing. So the way our babies sleep from 4 months is a permanent change though. So I guess when we're looking at whether this is going to just be a temporary change or something that might cause a regression longer term, the difference in whether it's just temporary is whether we start to change the way we help our babies through those sleep cycles. So the way our baby sleeps after the permanent change, meaning that they're coming to awake between each of the sleep cycles, will determine if your baby does need support every time they go through a sleep cycle. The change is permanent, so you can wait for them to come out of the stormy period of 1 to week 4 to see how they're going. But if you're finding that they're still struggling, then this might be your indicator to make some changes in how you respond to your baby's overnight wake-ins. Anyway, I hope that gives you an understanding of what the 4-month sleep regression is all about. When you understand why things happen, it gives you a better understanding of what you can do to help your baby through it. If, of course, you need support in managing this transition, remember I do one-on-one consults that you can book in yourself on my website, which is www.jenniferbutler.com.au. Anyway, I will catch you in the next episode. Bye for now. Thanks for listening to the episode, Mama. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, make sure to share the episode with a friend, with your mother's group, or tag me at Jen Butler Early Parenting on Instagram. The more that know about this podcast, the more people I can help. If you're looking for support that is personalised for your babe and tailored to your family's needs, then make sure to head on over to my website, www.jenniferbutler.com.au, and check out how we can work together so you can move through motherhood with confidence. Catch you in the next episode, Mama.